The movie opens with a car arriving on a breathtaking island by ferry. We are then introduced to the main character, a humble farmer living there with his loving family. His black fig harvest, rich and rare, has begun to gain recognition across Korea. As his fame grows, so does the island's. Because of him, the island is attracting more travelers. Next, we are introduced to a man named Jun, a hunter and a very close friend of Keita. The scene then shifts back to the car. The driver is a job broker. He reassures his client not to worry, saying that it is easy for him to find a job on this island. As he's speaking, the client in the back seat takes off his belt and uses it to strangle the broker. The car goes out of control, the broker is killed, and the murderer calmly drinks his beverage and walks away as if nothing happened. Keita and Jun are loading black fig fruit into the truck for delivery. On their way out of the farm, they spot the killer sitting nearby. They stop the vehicle to check on him and question why he's there. The killer walks away without saying a word. Next we see a road accident. These two are the only policemen on this island. Why only two? The island has nearly a 0% crime rate. The senior officer gives a warning to the couple to be careful next time, and they loaded the dead pig in their vehicle. While delivering the fruit, the island's mayor praises Keita and his harvest. Because of you, the island is reviving. A human must have good behavior. You're our savior. In the next scene, we see the senior officer boarding the ferry. He's leaving for a long vacation. Before he goes, he instructs Moria to take care of the island. For a while, Moria will be the only police officer there. We then see the killer roaming the streets. Later, he sneaks into the backyard of a house. It's Keita's house. Irina is playing there with her toys. A few minutes later, Keita returns home. As soon as he walks in, he asks about his daughter. Kana tells him she's in the backyard. But when he goes to check, he can't find her. Then he notices a beverage bottle. It reminds him of the stranger he saw earlier, and he begins to worry. They begin searching for Irina everywhere. Meanwhile, Moria arrives at Jun's place to drop off the dead pig, so Jun can dispose of it. Keita calls Jun and explains the situation. He then goes to his farm to check. Jun and Moria also begin searching. At the farm, Keita spots the killer inside. He quickly calls Jun and tells him what he's seen. He goes inside and demands to know where his daughter, Irina. The killer responds coldly, "Oh, her name is Irina. She was really cute." That response sends him into a rage. Jun arrives and shows the rifle, but the killer isn't afraid of that. He grabs the rifle. Moria tries to take out a pair of handcuffs. Killer bites Keita's hand, so he pushes him to the ground. Jun and Keita freeze in shock when they see the blood. Moria moves in to handcuff him, but he also goes into shock when he sees the killer bleeding. They try to wake him up, but he's already dead. Suddenly, they hear Irina's voice. Keita quickly shuts the door and rushes to check. Irina was found at her friend's home. She apologizes for leaving without telling anyone. Keita sends Kana and Irina home, then returns to deal with the unfinished business. "Let's just say we did it in self-defense," Jun says. "But Keita, let me turn myself in for the murder." Jun shakes his head. "No, you can't. You can't surrender. You're the one bringing this island back to life. The people here depend on you." Silence stretches between them. Then the movie title card appears. Dear viewers, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. They bring the body to Jun's place. As they unload it from the car, an old man passing by notices them carrying something heavy. When the old man asks what's in that, Jun hides the truth by saying it's just a dead pig. They placed the body in cold storage and decided to bury it somewhere the next day. In the city, an investigating officer named Jiro begins searching for the killer. His investigation leads him to the job broker's office. As he looks through the documents, he finds the killer's resume. He also discovers a newspaper article about Keita, in which Keita mentions that he is looking for workers. Keita gave an interview to a TV channel, and when it aired, everyone gathered to watch it, and they all looked proud. The mayor announces good news. The government has approved their black fig production plan and will fund the island with 500 million yen. With this funding, we'll be able to build a good hospital and renovate the town hall and the elementary school. All of this is possible because of Keita and his fruits. As they walk across the bridge, a memory comes back to them. Decades ago, when they were teenagers. That day, all three of their parents had gone out to sea for fishing. Hours passed, but they never returned. A heavy storm had taken their lives. Kana bursts into tears and runs away. They chase after her, and Keita catches up and hugs her. They've been friends for a long time. The next day, while they were packing the body, Moria receives a call. He was informed that Jiro and his assistant were arriving on the island to investigate, and he was instructed to take care of them. Moria welcomes them to the farm. They show pictures of the broker and the killer and ask if anyone has seen them. Keita replies with a firm no. They also showed the magazine article about Keita and said they thought the man might have come looking for a job. Keita asks them why they are looking for him. Jiro replies that the man is a murderer and a rapist. Moriya receives another call, and they immediately leave to check it out. The broker's body has been found by people and reported. They are now a little relieved that they did not kill an innocent man. The next day, a meeting is arranged. Many police officers arrive on the island to search for the killer. They announce that people should not come outside their homes unnecessarily until the killer is found. 3 of them plan to bury the body as soon as possible. It is the wrong time to do it, but somehow they have to. When they try to lift the body, they hear a knock on the door. Before they can even think about opening it, the person knocking breaks the door open and enters. It is the mayor. The mayor pulls out her hand taser and says that she seems to have arrived at the wrong time. Keita then explains everything that happened. The mayor thinks about every possible way to handle the situation. The police are everywhere, and it is bringing a bad name to the island. They will not leave until they find the killer. Someone has to surrender. Keita cannot do it because he is needed for the island's growth. The mayor suggests that Moriya should surrender, but Jun assures Moriya that he will not let that happen. The mayor then suggests that Jun should surrender, saying he would be the right choice. He has no family and no one who depends on him, so he would be the perfect choice. She also suggests that he surrender that very night. As she opens the door to leave, the old man, Yokota, suddenly attacks her with a knife. She uses her taser to defend herself, but Jun hits the mayor on the head with a shovel. What began as 1 murder has now become 3. On the day of the murder itself, Yokota saw the dead body. He overheard the mayor threatening them to surrender, so he tries to help them by attacking her. But now he is dead as well. The next day, after hearing about Yokota's death, Jiro asks his daughter how he died. She replies that he died like everybody else does, and then she closes the door. Jiro then goes to the hospital to see the doctor. The report shows that Yokota's cause of death is a heart attack. Every one of them is helping to hide the truth. The mayor's body is found in her boat. It appears that the killer murdered the mayor, took a boat, and escaped the island. But Jiro seems suspicious. They go to Jun's place to investigate, but he is not there. Jiro steps inside and notices a large freezer. Jun arrives. Jiro asks if he can see the dead pig, but Jun replies that he cannot. To prevent disease, outsiders are not allowed. Next, they go to investigate Keita's family. After a brief investigation, they leave. On their way back to the car, they see an envelope on the ground. Inside, they find the killer's resume. Strong doubt now surrounds Keita. A few people shout at Jiro to leave the island because they believe the trouble started when he arrived. Moriya apologizes for them, explaining that a murder has never happened on the island before, so the people are feeling tense. He says that once they find the killer's body, everyone will be able to relax. Hearing that, Jiro asks, "What makes you think he is dead?" Moriya replies, "Well, I think it's not possible to reach the city using a small boat, so there's a possibility that he drowned." People attend Yokota's funeral. Then the scene shifts back to the moment of Yokota's death. Keita bursts into tears. Yokota's daughter, who is looking for him, finds him dead. Keita explains everything that happened and begs them to show him mercy. They accept and agree to help him. Then he meets the doctor and begs for his help. The doctor agrees to help Keita because he wants the island to have a good hospital. With their help, Keita cleans the place, but they cannot find the mayor's phone. Jiro calls Moriya to meet him. During their meeting, Jiro pulls a strand of Moriya's hair for a sample, and says he also thinks the killer is dead. We'll find out soon. Then we see Keita and Kana again as teenagers. After their parents die, they slowly begin to fall in love with each other. Jun suggests burying the body on the farm, saying they are always around there so they can take care of it. But Keita seems like he doesn't like the plan. Jun meets Moriya because he is very scared. Jun reassures him, saying they cannot do anything until they find the body. The next day, while investigating the mayor's assistant, Jiro begins to doubt the freezer. He rushes there and breaks it open. Inside, he finds only the dead pig. It seems they have buried the body somewhere. Jiro then receives a call and rushes to the police station, where Moriya has killed himself. Out of fear of being caught, he takes his own life. Jun and Keita are shocked to see him dead. Jiro sees a recorded video on Moriya's phone, in which he confesses that he is the one who killed the mayor and the killer. But Jiro does not believe it, and he decides not to submit the evidence. Keita asks Jun, "Didn't you tell Moriya that we buried the body?" Jun says he didn't tell Moriya because he was scared. If they had told him, he could have been relieved and might not have chosen to kill himself. Jiro now strongly suspects Keita and Jun. When Kana hears the news, she is heartbroken. The islanders begin protesting, demanding that Jiro leave the island. At that moment, everyone receives a message from the mayor's phone saying that the killer's body is in Keita's farm. Keita and Jun receive the message as well, and they are shocked. Jiro brings a police force to search the farm. Keita and Jun are inside, trying to move the body, but the police quickly surround the entire farm. Now there is no way out. They have to surrender. Jun decides to surrender, but Keita stops him, saying that all the evidence is against him and the body is on his own farm. He tells Jun to take care of Kana and his daughter and prepares to surrender. Jiro finds them and arrests Keita. They then dig up the killer's body. Weeks later, Jun is now taking care of Keita's family and the farm. One day, Jun goes to visit Moria's grave with a bouquet of flowers. Jiro is already there. He asks Jun, "Are you happy now?" We couldn't understand what Jiro was talking about. But that night, at Jun's home, we see a wall full of Kana's pictures. He has loved Kana since childhood, but Kana falls in love with Keita. Keita has a profitable farm, a beautiful wife, and a daughter, while Jun has nothing. When the mayor says that he has no one who cares about him, it triggers Jun. That moment is what drives him to kill the mayor. He is also the one who takes the mayor's phone. He sends a message to everyone about the body's location. He finds the killer's resume on the farm and places it near Keita's home so that Jiro will begin to doubt him. He does all this for love. Now Kana is alone, and he will try to make her fall in love with him. Kana visits Keita in jail and shows him drawings made by their daughter. Both their eyes are filled with tears. As he walks back to his cell, he quietly sings the rhymes his daughter taught him. With that the movie ends.